A cold start with milder conditions on the way. More about that in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, the Wisconsin DNR is investigating a manure spill. We'll tell you how it's impacting local farms. And a recap of day 2 of the Zachary Fritz trial ahead of day 3 today.
It's deposition day for former President Bill Clinton in Congress's ongoing Epstein investigation. I'm Jared Hill with what his wife, the former Secretary of State, told lawmakers the day before.
Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Friday, February 27th. Last Friday of February went by so fast. It's 6 a.m. We'll send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. I don't know. Could we say a taste of spring today, or is that taking it too far?
That would be taking it a little too far by about 6 to 7 to 8 degrees possibly. We have milder conditions on the way, 40s and 50s. We start out in the 20s this early morning, giving way to 24 for La Crosse right now, 26 in Eau Claire, 24 in Prairie du Chien. Let's take a look at what's happening. We'll go through the morning hours. You have a little bit of wind chill, and the color of that teal color right there, that's your wind chill right there. You'll see 20s and the 30s and the 40s, and getting up to about 48 degrees for Eau Claire today, but it'll feel like it's 42 degrees after that 48-degree high. We'll go right back to La Crosse, where you're looking at 20s in the morning, 30s as you roll right into the late morning, into the early afternoon. You're looking at 40s on the way. Plenty of sunshine on tap as well. 51 degrees for your high today, and you're looking at it feeling 47 degrees in the forecast. So if that's the way you want it, that's the way you're going to get it. It's going to be 40s in the 50s today, with wind gusts picking up gradually as we go through the afternoon. You see those winds getting into the evening commute up to 30 miles per hour, continuing on up to near 30 to 40 miles per hour going into the overnight hours. And they taper off around this 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hour in the morning. We'll also find ourselves getting into this milder conditions, as I mentioned before, 49 to 48 degrees to about 53 to 54 degrees in the forecast with breezy winds. Looking at the morning, starting in the morning, going into the early afternoon as well. Some at least 3 to 6 inches of snowfall possible for La Crosse. We'll also see highs for Saturday to be at least 19 to about 27 degrees. So that's a little bit on the colder side there. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. Trumpereau County farmers, meanwhile, raising concerns after a manure spill. The Wisconsin DNR says that was discovered last week near Oak Ridge Drive in the town of Gale. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee has the details.
It's a bad issue.
For farmers downstream, the biggest worry is what contaminated water could mean for their livestock.
My cows, there's 18 of them out there, will be drinking water out of that creek. And the bacteria levels may get way too high for them to not get sick.
The Wisconsin DNR says crews responded Monday to find out how much damage is done.
We did collect water samples. Those water samples will be analyzed and captured in like a future report that we do for this kind of work. It helps us quantify how the event would impact surface waters.
But for farmers, the concern isn't just environmental, it's economic. With farmers expecting calves soon, any impact to their herd could affect the future of their business.
The price of cattle right now, it could create a very expensive burden on our farm, because without these cows giving birth to these calves, our operation may not exist.
Reporting in Gale, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
The DNR says it's working with farms and local officials as the investigation continues. And the nation's largest organic farming conference underway in La Crosse. The 37th annual Marble Seed Conference will run through Saturday at the La Crosse Center, with growers from 39 states sharing tips on everything from vegetables to livestock.
You know, you can make a lot of mistakes in organic management, and the farmers that are here are absolutely willing to share their successes and their failures so that other folks don't make the same mistakes.
The 3-day event features hands-on workshops as well as sessions on pest control and finding new markets. Zachary Fritz was back on the stand, this time facing the prosecution. News 8's Grace Monk has a recap.
Fritz took the stand again, and this time it was the prosecution's turn to ask questions. They argue that his actions were a result of alcohol use and not bipolar disorder. Attorneys pointed to a period where he experienced stability without medication or alcohol. But Fritz doubled down, letting the attorneys know that that's not the case.
When law enforcement is contacted or you're taken to the hospital or placed under arrest, those incidents involve your drinking, right?
Self-medicating.
They involve your drinking.
Self-medicating with alcohol.
The defense called a forensic psychologist to the stand. She says Fritz was showing signs of mania prior to and after his arrest. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
Also on the stand yesterday, a deputy and investigator who responded to the scene. They took questions about the state Fritz was in the night his wife died. Vice President J.D. Vance visiting Plover, Wisconsin, speaking at a machine facility in Republican Derek Van Orden's district. The congressman joining Vance promoting the Trump administration's accomplishments and economic agenda.
So if you are a citizen in this district and you see a big tax refund check come next month or the month after that, whenever you file your taxes, remember it was Derek Van Orden who made it happen, and it was congressional Democrats who tried to stop it.
Vance's visit comes ahead of what's expected to be another competitive midterm for the 3rd District. Bill Clinton set to be deposed today by the House Oversight Committee in its Jeffrey Epstein probe, making him the first former president to testify before Congress in more than 50 years. It comes after Hillary spent 6 hours answering questions yesterday. CBS News' Jared Hill reports.
Today, former President Bill Clinton takes the hot seat as House lawmakers probe for answers about the nature of his ties to late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. On Thursday,
it was disappointing that they refused to hold a public hearing.
His wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, spent nearly 6 hours behind closed doors with the House Oversight Committee, afterwards telling reporters the session was repetitive.
I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island. I never went to his homes. I never went to his offices.
While recently released Epstein files include pictures of and flight logs that show former President Clinton flew on Epstein's private plane, both Clintons have denied knowing about Epstein's crimes, and neither has been accused of any wrongdoing.
The number of times that she said, "I don't know, you'll have to ask my husband," was more than a dozen.
The Clinton depositions, the highest profile yet, as fallout from the release of the Epstein files has spread from academia to former royalty. Democrats on the panel are pushing to bring in another high-profile person.
We're demanding immediately that we ask President Trump to testify in front of our committee.
Committee Republicans responded that President Trump has already answered questions from the media. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
The deposition was paused at one point after Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert leaked pictures, a violation of committee rules. They also say they plan to release the transcripts of both Clinton's depositions as soon as possible. And the head of the World Economic Forum stepping down amid ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Borge Brend is resigning after newly released documents show he attended dinners with Epstein and exchanged messages. Brend denies knowing of Epstein's criminal activity. In Chicago, memorial services now underway for the Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. That's happening at the headquarters of Operation Push, the civil rights organization Jackson founded. He died last week at age 84 after battling a rare neurological disorder.
He taught us all something that we are all going to remember in a lifetime. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. And I am somebody.
There'll also be events in D.C. and South Carolina. Happening this weekend, tomorrow at the Children's Museum, it is a pizza pajama party. Celebrate 27 years with crafts, treats, games, pizza, and more. That'll run from 10 to 2. It's free with admission or membership. And Saturday in Eau Claire, the Folk Arts Festival will run noon to 5 with more than 30 artists, demos, music, and food. You can see the prices there on your screen. In Winona, the Anything But a Sled Challenge. Build your own sled, race it down the hill, and see if it survives. It is free to sign up, and that'll run from 1 to 3. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news, Papa John's set to close 200 locations this year. We'll tell you why. And a tech company replacing 40% of its staff with AI, with thousands of jobs on the line coming up. ICE agents may be leaving Minnesota, but some local businesses say the damage is far from over.
This President's Day, Home Furniture celebrates with savings. Get up to 10% off sale prices like this 5-piece sectional, now just $17.99. Plus get 3-year special financing during the President's Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
When I made my Botox cosmetic appointment, I was nervous that I might look overdone. I wanted results that looked like me. What was important to me was that I still look like me, just with fewer lines.
I'm happy with my results. So happy that my results are natural looking. Booking a consultation, it's a way to take time for you.
Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Delphina.
I'm the one and only Olivia. And I'm the one and only Claire. And I got treated with the one and only Botox Cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox Cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
In La Crosse, great bread doesn't have to be complicated. Bucket of Bread baking kits make it simple. Just add water, mix, let rise, and bake. From artisanal style breads and pizzas to cinnamon buns, pretzels, bagels, and more, one kit gives you endless possibilities. No mess, no stress. Just real baking made easy for real life. Ships nationwide with free local pickup. Order online at bucketofbread.com. Bucket of Bread. Simple ingredients, meaningful baking. Veteran owned.
Spring is just around the corner, and right now at Home Seasonal Concepts, get a free custom order patio fabric upgrade from select top outdoor furniture brands. Plus, get up to 10% off sale prices and 3-year special financing on porch and patio at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Welcome back. In your consumer news, Papa John's is closing hundreds of locations. The pizza chain shutting down about 300 underperforming North American stores by the end of next year. 200 of those will close this year. The company is also cutting 7% of its corporate workforce. Papa John's operated about 3,500 locations at the end of last year. And Burger King giving the Whopper its first makeover in a decade. The new Whopper comes on a premium bun with creamier mayo and in a clamshell box to stop it from falling apart. The changes roll out this week. Burger King says the price won't go up. And AI is creating a memory chip shortage. Your next phone could pay the price. Surging AI demand is eating up memory chips, leaving little left for phones, laptops, or gaming consoles. Analysts expect smartphone prices will jump 14% this year. Some smaller manufacturers could even go out of business. Smartphone sales are also projected to hit a 10-year low in 2026. They're too expensive, aren't they? And a major tech company is replacing 40% of its workforce with AI. Block, the company behind Square, Cash App, and Afterpay, is cutting more than 4,000 jobs. Co-founder Jack Dorsey says AI will handle the work instead. The cuts are part of a broader trend. Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, and Verizon have all made major cuts over the past year as AI reshapes the tech industry. And across Minnesota, some small businesses say they aren't seeing any financial relief despite the federal drawdown on ICE agents. The Trump administration cited fraud as the main reason for the immigration enforcement surge. But as Uba Ali reports, owners in Minneapolis now fearing for their finances.
Inside this kitchen, the food is sizzling. But out here, seats are empty.
It takes a while because a lot of people still are scared.
Abdi Wahab Mohammed says fear is bleeding into finances. Despite the drawdown, he says the damage has been done. Just a few blocks away, Pastor Luria Gama tells a similar story.
It doesn't feel the same, and I think it's going to take a while to go back to normal.
At its height, thousands of agents were in the state. Now that number has dropped significantly. According to the St. Paul Field Office Director, about 107 agents will remain as of Thursday. About 300 agents with Homeland Security investigations will be here by March. All Customs and Border Protection agents were meant to leave 2 days ago. But Candy Gama says the drawdown doesn't mean customers come back right away.
February drop off like to the floor for us. It's way worse than it used to be.
Like it started as a coalition?
In rooms like these, community meetings continue.
The governor and some other people really want to shift the conversation and make it seem like, oh, we're moving on. But the fact of the matter is that that's not what it feels like living in Minneapolis. That's not what it feels like living in Minnesota.
Organizers aren't celebrating. They're asking people to not retreat.
We still have more agents in Minnesota than we had before.
And while it may be winding down on paper, ICE's impact is outlasting the operation.
And I'm getting scared now that if we don't get business, how am I going to be able to survive?
And according to court records, about 400 federal agents are still operating in Minnesota. That's a huge drop from the 4,000 that were on the ground in January. That's a look at our consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on the forecast.
All right, and away we go. Holding on to this, though. Milder conditions today. Yay, but we start off a little bit on the colder side with 20s widespread. Then 40s and 50s today. Getting into snowfall kicking in for tomorrow early morning, continuing all the way through the day, and then finishing out before the evening, or into the evening hours. And then for next week, we have milder conditions in the forecast. So let's get into this. So we hold on to how this all shapes up. We get into snowfall up along the northern tier right now, kind of brushing Rusk County, and eventually we'll see some breezy and gusty winds up there. We'll take a view here, seeing more moisture coming in off of Vancouver, working its way all the way into Canada, and then coming down through the lower territories and working its way right into our region as we go into tomorrow. We'll hold on to the possibility of this. We get into some breezy and gusty winds kicking up through the evening commute all the way through the overnight hours as well, and then continuing on. Winds up to 30 to 40 miles per hour plus, possibly up to 50 miles per hour in some cases, well up to the north, and then tapering off. We'll go right back into it as we go into the zones for today. You're going to see temperatures widespread in the 50s, those low to middle 50s in the forecast, possibly as well, some 40s mixed in there. 52 for Osseo, getting right back into La Crosse at 51 degrees. We'll hold on to partly cloudy skies for you as well. Elroy, 53 degrees, back up to the areas by Eau Claire. We're looking at 48 degrees, and you'll see partly cloudy skies for you up there as well, even up in Ladysmith, 49 degrees, partly cloudy skies there, and then right back out to Loyal, you're going to hold on to at least 50 degrees for you all as well. You get into, I changed the model for this now, so you're going to see a better view of this. A little bit of snow trying to get towards La Crosse as we get into the 9 o'clock hour. That's a light little flurry, and then we'll see those winds kind of shift. Northwesterly winds kicking through the area, going from at least west-northwest through the area. I should say no, southwest through the area, then continuing on. Eventually, a few clouds sneak by, a few high clouds coming by. Eventually, as we get into it, we'll see some sunnier skies, but then eventually, as we go into the overnight hours, more clouds start to funnel in. You see that snowfall starting to kick in. It's lifting up a little bit higher now, holding on up to areas coming out of widespread conditions for the whole region for us, from Eau Claire, Ladysmith, all the way down to Prairie du Chien and La Crosse. We'll see that continue on as we get into the 8 o'clock hour. That crosses the river, continues to stretch all the way across the region, as it does by Saturday about at least 11 o'clock going to the noon hour. You're seeing temperatures in the teens, and then eventually we'll go right back into snowfall starting to erode coming out of areas right by Minnesota and Iowa. You'll see some winds coming out of the southeast, we'll call it the northeast, and then continuing on. Eventually we'll see that snowfall start to move away from La Crosse by the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour. Then we'll see it all start to move away from the region going to the 10 o'clock hour by that time. Then more snowfall trying to come back for Sunday. As a low chance of that happening, going right into the 12:30 hour at noon. We'll go on how this all shapes up for the forecast. We're looking at maybe 3 to 6 inches for La Crosse, possibly all the way down to Prairie du Chien. Up in Eau Claire, you're going to see maybe just around, say, a trace to an inch or so possible for you. Between that, Winona, also Red Wing, getting into areas by Holman as well. West Salem, about 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. We'll also see how this all plays out. We're getting for highs for Saturday, 20s and widespread in the forecast, giving way to cloudier skies. Sunday's lows, they're going to be really cold. You're going to hold on to at least 0 to about, say, 12 degrees in the forecast, 7 degrees for La Crosse, 3 degrees for Eau Claire. Then you get into your Sunday's highs, widespread 20s once again to 30 degrees down to the south, 32, the freezing mark for Prairie du Chien in the forecast. We'll get into cloudier skies as well, and then holding on to a chance of snowfall in the forecast. I don't really want to say cloudier skies. So we'll see cloudy skies, cloudy to partly cloudy skies, we'll call it that. Monday's highs, you're looking at least 30s in the forecast, widespread, with partly to mostly cloudy skies with increasing clouds getting through the day and night. You'll hold on to Saturday once again, snowfall kind of kicking back in all the way through the day, picking up all the way into your Tuesday with a mix of rain and snow. That continues on all the way into Wednesday as well. Let's take a look at your 8-day forecast real quick to show you we're going to be seeing temperatures on the milder side continuing for next week. Be safe. Have a great day.
Thank you, Art. And as you start to wake up this morning, leave you with a quick wake-up call of Baltimore, Maryland. Looking beautiful there. The sun is already up this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It is time for grappling. We've got a report from day one of state wrestling in Madison, as well as some results from day one action over in Minnesota on the mat. The Blitz is up next.
Get the bathroom you deserve at a price you can afford. Maxwell White Plumbing provides free estimates, quality materials, and expert installation. And for a limited time, offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a triptan, side effects like dizziness can throw me off. Ugh, migraine again. Ubrelvy works differently. It keeps me in rhythm, quickly stopping migraine pain within 2 hours. And some have pain relief that lasts all day. So I can handle whatever the day may throw at me. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Report increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur days after use. Ask your doctor how you can stop migraine attacks and stay in rhythm with Ubrelvy.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Truck Month only happens once a year.
So it's gotta be big.
Like available Pro Power on board big.
Protect it with the Ford Security Package big. Biggest deals of the year big.
There's only one Ford Truck Month.
Deal's so good, we need a bigger door big.
Oh yeah.
And now get 0% APR for 60 months with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days. Plus $1,000 Truck Month cash on select Ford vehicles.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More sofas, more recliners, more mattresses, more of everything. You're gonna find whatever you want, and you're gonna find plenty of it. And it's all priced to go with 0% easy payment plans. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. We'll even deliver and haul away for free. Just try that anywhere else. Come visit King Furniture today.
If you have aging or cracked sewer lines that need to be replaced, choose Maxwell White. We make sewer replacements a stress-free process and make sure your lines are good to go for many years to come. For a limited time only, we're offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
News 8 Now Sports.
Into the Blitz. Well, it is that time of the year. The best wrestlers across Wisconsin meeting in one place, all with the same goal: finish atop the podium by any means necessary. Our own Kate Overton was at the Kohl Center from day one and has more on the action.
Day one of the WIAA State Wrestling Tournament. We've got 59 area wrestlers looking to be crowned a state champion, but you can't make it to the finals unless you win on day one, and that's exactly what we had throughout this evening. We've got quarterfinal action. Holman's Aini Anderson wins a 17-15 thriller. It came out of the wire, but the junior says she'll take her motor over anyone's.
Yeah, I knew that I have an amazing gas tank, and I'm gonna go 100% from the second the whistle goes off until the last second blows. Like, I'm not gonna give up because I'm on my back. I'm gonna keep fighting until the referee says I'm done.
The Holman boys also with a big day. Rex Lancaster, Brendan Henderson, Nathan Henderson, Brock Needham, and AJ Alsh all through to the semifinals.
We didn't come in here to lose. We came in here to do well. We have arguably some of the best practice partners in the state to go with, and we came here to compete.
Also on the girls' side, Black River Falls is Riley Hanrahan back in the semifinals. And on the other side of the 145 bracket, Mondovia Levi-Strom's Alayla Risler also in the semis. And North Crawford Seneca's Adriana Logue is into the semifinals with 2 falls on the day. Then the Division II and III kids hit the mat. The Aquinas Blue Gold's making a statement. A bunch of guys qualifying for the semifinals, including Martez Sheard, who picked up the fall, and Roger Flaggy, who got the fall after a rather slow start to his match.
I'm excited for my shot, and got a slip up last year, and I thought that was my year, but this one's the one, and I'm gonna do it.
GT Melman also with an army of kids competing, including Colton Koss, who's making it back to the semifinals. We had a bunch of other kids who secured their spot into tomorrow night's semifinals. I'll have a full list on our website, news8000.com. So that will do it for day one here at the Kohl Center. Semifinals tomorrow starting at 7 o'clock. I'll have a preview tomorrow at 6, and then, of course, the finals on Saturday. I'll have all the coverage throughout the weekend, so be sure to stay tuned. Jacob.
All right, and a few results to pass along from Minnesota State Wrestling. Henry Donalik of La Crescent Hoka scores a win in round 1, as well as Christian Zabrowski and Owen Lang of Lewis and Altura rush Pete. And Caledonia Houston Co-op goes 4 for 4 with wins on the day by Kipton Miners, Aiden Burns, Will Allen, and Cooper Allen. And a couple good games on the hardwood last night, so go check out those on our website, news8000.com. See you tonight for another edition of the Friday Night Frenzy.
Come on, boys. These dogs aren't gonna eat themselves. Yeah, mustard? I'm a mustard gal myself.
The 11% rebate is here at Menards. Stock up. All prices are value after 11% rebate. A bottle of bleach is just $2.22. Windshield washer fluid only $2.29 a gallon. Protect your floors with a Contours entry mat, just $5.99. 40-pound clumping cat litter is only $8.89. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
The pain was so much that I couldn't really focus on my job.
Plantar fasciitis. I just was not a happy person.
And I saw the Good Feet store.
And then all of a sudden, I just get these arch sports.
I'm just happier. I feel happier.
It was amazing.
It's a lot easier to be nice when you're not uncomfortable. It's pretty awesome.
The arch supports are never coming out of my shoes.
Nothing worked for me until I walked into that store. It changed my life.
I don't really know if I could put a price on that.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
February is Career and Technical Education Awareness Month.
In the next 10 years, our area will need to fill over 15,000 jobs requiring a technical education. From healthcare to carpentry, these careers are in high demand.
Minnesota State College Southeast and News 8 want to encourage awareness of career and technical education programs and their many benefits.
Go to southeastmn.edu to learn more. Minnesota State College Southeast and News 8, keeping our community educated.
At Bethany St. Joseph, we understand that as you age, finding a place where you feel safe and at home makes all the difference. In our skilled nursing homes, days are filled with enriching activities and friendships that inspire healing. With locations in La Crosse, Onalaska, Galesville, Westby, and Viroqua, our compassionate teams are here to support and help you feel at home, right in your own community. We look forward to meeting you.
Yeah, I joke, my ears were her Valentine's gift a year ago. So
yeah.
Something I'd been thinking about, and so Valentine's Day was coming around, and I had spoke to Tom a couple times, but never made anything definite, and so I just kind of made the definite plan and made it happen, and glad I did. Wish I would have done it 20 years ago.
Yeah, he can actually participate in conversations now and not just shaking his head.
Better hearing is a better life.
Going on or coming off?
On. 14 hours. Oh, thanks.
Saving lives.
Cheers.
A cold start this early morning, but milder conditions are on the way. More about that in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, the Wisconsin DNR investigating a manure spill. We'll tell you how it's impacting local farmers. And day 2 of the Zachary Fritz trial wraps up what the prosecutors asked him. And later in the newscast, your salad is about to get a serious upgrade. A La Crosse grower delivering fresh cut greens to your door in under 24 hours. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Friday, February 27th. It is just about 6:30. Happy Friday to you all. We will start by getting a check on our weather with meteorologist Art Jarrett. You've got some good news and then some bad news.
Yeah, a little bit of all. Yeah, it's getting in there with today. 40s and 50s in the forecast. Starting out pretty cold right now in the 20s widespread with a little wind chill out there right now. But the winds are going to pick up gradually as we go through the day and into the overnight hours as well. Get into it. Snowfall coming in for Saturday. You're going to see that that snowfall really kick in and stay with us pretty much through the day and possibly into the evening hours as well. Right now we have some fog to contend with. You see it for La Crosse right now. Also holding on to Eau Claire with some fog. A little bit of light breeze you can see for La Crosse. Not so much for Eau Claire right now, but Winona has a little patchy fog out there right now. The wind chill is 23 degrees and temperature is 23 degrees. La Crosse right now is 24 degrees. Feels like 17 degrees. And of course it's a par for Eau Claire as well. Let's get into it. As you can see for Eau Claire, you've got the clouds lingering, cloudy or mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies to sunnier skies in the afternoon. By the time you get your high at 48 degrees today, you're looking at, it feels like 42 degrees. We'll go into how this all shapes up for La Crosse. You'll go into partly cloudy skies for the better part of the day, 20s, 30s, then the 40s kick in by the late morning hours. By the afternoon, you're looking at 51 degrees at 3 p.m., mostly sunny skies, and it will feel like 47 degrees on your skin. Highs for Friday for everybody, 48 to at least 53 degrees, possibly 54 degrees down to the south by Boscobel. Then the winds will continue to pick up as we go right through the day. You'll see them right into the evening commute up to 30 miles per hour plus, going up to near 40 miles per hour to finish out, going all the way into your Saturday morning. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Trumpereau County farmers raising concerns after a manure spill. The Wisconsin DNR says that was discovered near Oak Ridge Drive in the town of Gale. News 8 Now's JDS McGee reports.
It's a bad issue. For farmers downstream, the biggest worry is what contaminated water could mean for their livestock.
My cows, there's 18 of them out there, will be drinking water out of that creek. And the bacteria levels may get way too high for them to not get sick.
The Wisconsin DNR says crews responded Monday to find out how much damage is done.
We did collect water samples. Those water samples will be analyzed and captured in like a future report that we do for this kind of work. It helps us quantify how the event would impact surface waters.
But for farmers, the concern isn't just environmental, it's economic. With farmers expecting calves soon, any impact to their herd could affect the future of their business.
The price of cattle right now, it could create a very expensive burden on our farm. Because without these cows giving birth to these calves, our operation may not exist.
Reporting in Gale, JDS McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
The DNR says it's working with farms and local officials as the investigation continues. The nation's largest organic farming conference is underway in La Crosse. The 37th annual Marble Seed Conference runs through Saturday at the La Crosse Center, with growers from 39 states sharing tips on everything from vegetables to livestock.
You know, you can make a lot of mistakes in organic management, and the farmers that are here are absolutely willing to share their successes and their failures so that other folks don't make the same mistakes.
The three-day event features hands-on workshops as well as sessions on pest control and finding new markets. Zachary Fritz was back on the stand, this time facing the prosecution. News 8's Grace Monk reports.
Fritz took the stand again, and this time it was the prosecution's turn to ask questions. They argue that his actions were a result of alcohol use and not bipolar disorder. Attorneys pointed to a period where he experienced stability without medication or alcohol. But Fritz doubled down, letting the attorneys know that that's not the case.
When law enforcement is contacted or you're taken to the hospital or placed under arrest, those incidents involve your drinking, right?
Self-medicating.
They involve your drinking.
Self-medicating with alcohol.
The defense called a forensic psychologist to the stand. She says Fritz was showing signs of mania prior to and after his arrest. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
Also on the stand yesterday, a deputy and investigator that responded to the scene. They answered questions about the state Fritz was in the night his wife died. Vice President J.D. Vance visiting Plover, Wisconsin, where he spoke at a machine facility in Republican Derek Van Orden's district. The congressman joining Vance, promoting the Trump administration's accomplishment and economic agenda.
So if you are a citizen in this district and you see a big tax refund check come
next month or the month after that, whenever you file your taxes, remember it was Derek Van Orden who made it happen, and it was congressional Democrats who tried to stop it.
Vance's visit comes ahead of what's expected to be another competitive midterm for the 3rd District. Bill Clinton set to be deposed today by the House Oversight Committee in its Jeffrey Epstein probe, making him the first former president to testify before Congress in more than 50 years. This comes after Hillary Clinton spent 6 hours answering questions yesterday. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
Today, former President Bill Clinton takes the hot seat as House lawmakers probe for answers about the nature of his ties to late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. On Thursday,
it was disappointing that they refused to hold a public hearing.
His wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, spent nearly 6 hours behind closed doors with the House Oversight Committee, afterwards telling reporters the session was repetitive.
I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island. I never went to his homes. I never went to his offices.
While recently released Epstein files include pictures of and flight logs that show former President Clinton flew on Epstein's private plane, both Clintons have denied knowing about Epstein's crimes, and neither has been accused of any wrongdoing.
The number of times that she said, "I don't know, you'll have to ask my husband," was more than a dozen.
The Clinton depositions, the highest profile yet, as fallout from the release of the Epstein files has spread from academia to former royalty. Democrats on the panel are pushing to bring in another high-profile person.
We're demanding immediately that we ask President Trump to testify in front of our committee.
Committee Republicans responded that President Trump has already answered questions from the media. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
The deposition was paused at one point after Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert leaked pictures, a violation of committee rules. They also say they plan to release the transcripts of both Clinton's depositions as soon as possible. The head of the World Economic Forum is stepping down amid ties to Epstein. Borge Brend is resigning after newly released documents show he attended dinners with Epstein and exchanged messages. Brend denies knowing of Epstein's criminal activity. In Chicago, memorial services now underway for the Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. That's happening at the headquarters of Operation Push, the civil rights organization Jackson founded. He died last week at age 84 after battling a rare neurological disorder.
He taught us all something that we are all going to remember in a lifetime. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. And I am somebody.
There'll also be events in D.C. and South Carolina. Happening this weekend, Saturday at the Children's Museum is a pajama pizza party. You can celebrate 27 years with crafts, treats, games, and more. That'll run from 10 to 2. It's free with admission or your membership. And in Eau Claire, the Folk Arts Festival runs noon to 5 with over 30 artists, demos, music, and food. You can see the prices there on your screen. In Winona, the Anything But a Sled Challenge. Build your own sled, race it down the hill, and see if it survives. It's free to sign up. It runs 1 to 3. A new Marquette Law School poll is giving us a clearer picture of how voters feel about the upcoming state Supreme Court race. Consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn reports.
With just 6 weeks before the spring election, 66% of Wisconsin registered voters say they don't know who they'll vote for in the Supreme Court race. 17% say they'll vote for liberal-backed candidate Chris Taylor and 12% for Republican-backed Maria Lazar. Chris Taylor is a Madison local who says she advocates for public safety and victims' rights. She supports abortion rights and is campaigning on a promise to stand up for Wisconsin families. In 2023, voters in 24 counties elected her to the Wisconsin Court of Appeals. Prior to joining the bench, Judge Taylor served nearly a decade in the state assembly. Maria Lazar has served in many roles in the legal system, including as a judge of the Wisconsin Court of Appeals since 2022. She began her career in private practice, worked for 5 years as an assistant attorney general at the Wisconsin Department of Justice, and Lazar defended Wisconsin's Act 10, which limited collective bargaining rights for public employees. The Marquette poll also looks at voters' thoughts on data centers and the August race for governor, which many are also undecided about.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, McKenna is 8 and she loves gymnastics, spending time with her family, friends, and ice cream.
Happy birthday to you, McKenna. Looks like you got a yummy shake there. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
Well, that's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Picture button under the Home tab on our website.
Still ahead, lacrosse grown greens delivered to your door in under 24 hours. The details on Foodie Friday.
From clogged drains to new faucet installations, we've got you covered. Since 1994, we've served homeowners across the area to make sure their plumbing is done right. So call us today and see what done right looks like for your home's plumbing.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Friday, February 27th. Bone-in pork shoulder roast is just $1.77 a pound. Hy-Vee pasta, 88 cents. Select Hy-Vee soup, just 49 cents. 5 pounds of russet potatoes, $1.48. Brew Pub pizza, just $4.99. Save on Coke 6-packs and more, Friday, February 27th. And every day, you'll find the same low prices online as in store. Only at Hy-Vee.
Even on an antidepressant, there are days I feel stuck in my head. Depression symptoms like sadness and low energy can hold me back. I wanted to break through. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered, right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious!
Get the bathroom you deserve at a price you can afford. Maxwell White Plumbing provides free estimates, quality materials, and expert installation. And for a limited time, offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
Well, good morning to you. As you get in your forecast here, holding on to a little bit of snowfall up to the north right now. Other locations into the region here, we're holding on to fog starting to develop as well. That's starting to work in all the way from the north down to the south in the forecast. We take a look at what's coming in. More moisture coming in off the Pacific, working into Vancouver, and they continue to work down to the lower territories and working down into the northern tier of Minnesota and Wisconsin with more snowfall on the way. We'll get into breezy and gusty winds later on this afternoon, kicking into the evening commute, and then continuing on with breezy and gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour plus going into the evening and overnight hours. We'll see that continue on and taper by at least 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning for tomorrow. Milder conditions will ensue for you. You'll also see breezy conditions as well. As I just showed you, the temperatures widespread upper 40s to at least the lower to middle 50s in the forecast today. So milder conditions will ensue. We'll hold on to Friday, looking at again 9:15. You have a little bit of snowfall trying to get into the area as we go right into the afternoon, right around La Crosse along the river. Then we'll see as we go right into it here. A few clouds come by again. We'll also get right back into it with snowfall coming in, as you can see, working from Minnesota and Iowa, going widespread across the region as we go through Saturday in the morning, just around sunrise, and then continuing on all the way through into the morning hours and to late morning hours, we'll see that snowfall go widespread with a chance of a wintry mix down to the south of Prairie du Chien as well as near Madison. If you're heading that direction as well over to Beaver Dam and then out to the lake. We'll also find ourselves by 3 o'clock or so holding on to that snowfall still lingering over the region. But then by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, we start to see it back away and move away going eastward out of the region, and eventually by the time we get in the 10:45 hour or so, we're done. We'll take a look at Sunday, maybe in the afternoon, maybe a little low chance, about 20% chance of getting some snowfall. Then we'll see the clouds and we'll have colder air through the whole weekend. We're looking at maybe 3 to 6 inches for La Crosse to finish out, going on to the north, maybe an inch or two possible in the forecast there. Giving way to this as you go into Saturday, you can see the snowfall coming in for the morning, the afternoon, and tapering as you get down to the late day. By 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we're done, but we'll still have the clouds. Highs for Saturday, well, we're looking at 20s, maybe a teen or two in the forecast, but we're looking at mostly widespread 20s in the forecast, 20 to 27 degrees. It'll be cold. It's going to be breezy. It's going to also hold on to Sunday's lows, much colder. You're going to see that again with a chance of snowfall. We'll see how that figures out. At least 1 to about, say, 12 degrees in the forecast for tomorrow. I mean, for Sunday, I should say for Sunday. Once you get into Sunday's highs, you're looking at 20s, widespread to 32 degrees in the forecast. So we're still cold, packing it down to at least the freezing mark down to the south. And of course, it's going to be at least under partly cloudy to cloudy skies in the forecast, believe it or not. We'll hold on to Monday, where you're looking at Monday's highs, 30s widespread. We bump it back up to seasonal averages and a wee bit more as you get into a few degrees warmer down to the south, around 39 to 40 degrees in the forecast. Then we go into your Tuesday. You see a mix of rain and snow kicking in. Snowfall turns to more of a mix going up to the north with snow all the way up by Rusk County. Then you'll see as we go right through Wednesday, it's more of a break during the day, but rainfall starts to sneak in into the late afternoon. You'll see that rainfall turn into snowfall, mixing out of the region gradually over there by, over there by at least Juneau and Adams County, as well as portions that continue to track all the way out to the lake. Then once we get to Thursday, you're seeing a light snowfall getting into Friday in the early morning hours. You've got snow all the way up along I-94, and then continuing on with rainfall kicking into the forecast to finish out for Friday. We'll go into how this all shapes up over the next few days, my friends, where you're going to see temperatures in the 50s, then the 20s all the way through the weekend, 30s, 40s back into next week with rain, snow, and of course a wintry mix. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
It is Foodie Friday, and we're talking greens that go from garden to your door in under 24 hours. We're joined by the owner of La Crosse's Little Gardener Microgreens to learn a little bit more this morning. Thank you for being here with us. We're excited to see what you brought.
Thanks for
Looks
having
very
me.
fresh, very beautiful. Tell us a little bit about Little Gardener Microgreens, what you're growing and delivering.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. It's great to be here with you guys. Little Gardener Microgreens is a local microgreens delivery service. So I grow the microgreens myself. I deliver them the day after they're harvested, so they get them as fresh as possible. And yeah, right now I'm growing sunflower microgreens, broccoli microgreens, purple radish, speckled peas, and then I have a mix that I grow as well.
So this is what's right here right now. This is what's here, the radish and all that kind of stuff.
Yep, so this is a growing tray right now. I wanted to bring it in because they look so nice, but I have 3 types. I have the broccoli right here, in the middle is the purple radish, and then this is the mix, which probably just looks like the purple radish, but it's a mix in there.
It is a mix. Okay, it's very lush, and it takes a pretty short time for this to grow, you were saying.
Absolutely. Yep, so it goes from seed to cutting in 7 to 10 days, which is crazy.
Yeah,
really
that is crazy, and it's all grown here in La Crosse, you said.
Absolutely. Yep.
Awesome.
100% local.
It's absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I just want to say that first.
Yeah, that's why I brought it.
I used to have a green thumb. Hey, what makes microgreens worth it nutritionally? And of course, why not just spinach?
Yeah, so they say nutritionally they're worth it because they're cut so early in the growth stage that they're more packed with flavor and nutrients. So the nutrition is much higher than mature broccoli, for instance. You're getting 10 times plus the vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, things like that. So really it's for health, but you're also getting a lot of more flavor as well. It's a concentrated flavor. And also with the spinach in the store, you're probably waiting a week or 2 before it even hits the shelves. Where with this, it's getting cut, you're getting it the next day. It's basically farm to doorstep in under 24 hours.
So like some vegetables, if you like slather it with a whole bunch of other stuff, does it take away the nutrition?
Sure. Well, I don't know, but I do know that when you're cooking it, depending on the method of cooking, you are losing a little bit of nutrition here. So that's another benefit of microgreens is you're just eating them raw and you're just topping basically everything you eat. with them.
Yes, we had some photos from your Facebook page of like omelets and sandwiches and stuff like that. We know sprouts are kind of a big thing. So it's kind of similar to that, right? People might be familiar with like a sprout on
Absolutely.
a sandwich.
Yeah. At home, we put them on absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So we just basically, whatever we cook, we just throw a big handful on it.
And that is adding a lot of nutrition. That's a great idea.
Yep,
And tell us a little bit, how does the delivery process work if someone's interested?
Yeah, so customers, people, they can sign up for a weekly delivery, an every other week, or a monthly delivery.
And they do that on your website?
Yep. Well, I don't have a website right now, but
methods,
you could just reach out to me via social media through messaging.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to be doing a farmer's market this summer, so I'll be
great.
signing up new subscribers that way, and also selling them at the farmer's market as
Silly
well.
question, just back to the green thumb thing. How much water do you put on these?
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of great about microgreens compared to other crops, is that they use so little water. So I probably, in that 7 to 10 day period, I water them 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
And what's happening here is there's a tray inside another tray. So the bottom tray has no holes in it. So you bottom water it. You just pour water in the bottom, put the tray back on. And so I don't know exactly the amount of water, but it's very little. It's probably like a half gallon per tray, maybe.
Okay, and it makes such a beautiful crop.
Yeah.
It's very lush. I love to see that. Okay, and so just if people do want to sign up, you said social media is probably the preferred route. So what is your Facebook page name, just so people can find you?
Yep, that's the best way to do it. If you go on Facebook or Instagram and just type in Little Gardener Microgreens, you're going to find it. I think the handle's Little Gardener Micros, but if you type in Little Gardener Microgreens, it'll pop up.
It'll come up. Okay, great. I think we're going to try this as we head out. You did say you brought a couple different varieties. This is on avocado toast. So like you're saying, just top it on whatever you're making.
There's some avocado toast.
And this is the mix, and then is this the spicy one?
That's the spicy radish. Yep, it's got a lot more flavor in there.
It does taste like a radish.
Yep.
Exactly like
That's
a
what
radish
you're
from my
gonna get.
grandma's garden.
Wow.
Yum, and on the avocado. Love it. All right. Well, thank you, David, for being here with us this morning.
Totally. Yep.
Stay
Thank
with
you
us.
guys.
We'll be right back.
I'm Gail King, coming right up on CBS Mornings. Academy Award winner Morgan Freeman will be here. He's talking about his latest project, narrating a docu-series on dinosaurs. Nobody sounds like Mr. Freeman. And Anthony, as in Mason, talks with prolific composer Ludwig Göransson about his Oscar-nominated work on Sinners. That's coming right up on CBS Mornings.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. King has a huge selection to choose from at every price range. We'll even deliver your new mattress and haul away the old one for free. Take time to find the exact mattress you want, because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while. Head into King Furniture today.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. And now that we've combined networks, T-Mobile covers more places than ever before. America's best network just got bigger. Join now and your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years. T-Mobile and US Cellular, better together.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. You might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Welcome back. It's 6:53. Time for your morning news now. Former President Bill Clinton taking the hot seat as House lawmakers probe for answers to his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Yesterday, his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, spent nearly 6 hours behind closed doors with the House Oversight Committee.
Now, how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island.
While recently released Epstein files include pictures and flight logs showing former President Clinton flew on Epstein's private plane, both Clintons deny knowing about Epstein's crimes. Neither has been accused of any wrongdoing. The Zachary Fritz murder trial continues today. He is accused of fatally stabbing his wife in 2024. During cross-examination, the prosecution argued his actions were driven by alcohol, not bipolar disorder, pointing to a period where he was stable without medication or alcohol. He pushed back on that from the stand.
I'm drinking to self-medicate.
Is it true that you lose control when you're drinking?
Yes, but there's also the underlying issue of being a manic episode.
A forensic psychologist testified Fritz was showing signs of mania before and after his arrest. Today, a deputy and investigator who responded to the scene are expected to take the stand. The Wisconsin DNR monitoring a manure spill in Trumpelow County. They say that was discovered last week in the town of Gale. Runoff from the manure spread, reaching nearby streams connected to Beaver Creek, contaminating the water. Neighbors say they're especially concerned because animals rely on that creek.
My cows, there's 18 of them out there, will be drinking water out of that creek. And the bacteria levels may get way too high for them to not get sick.
DNR reminds farmers to avoid spreading manure during high-risk runoff periods. And a Milwaukee woman turning her living room into a museum. Antonia Anderson filled her home with thousands of artifacts celebrating Black music, history, and culture. She says she wants to preserve African-American history and believes it can provide the melody for the future. She's really got it all there, Art. Do you think she would let us stop by and check it out?
Yeah, as long as Prince is on there.
Is it open to the public? I know, can't see him in this video, but he's got to be, right?
Yeah,
he's got to be there in there somewhere.
All
We've
right.
got to go check it out ourselves and find out.
Okay, the Motown sound, and away we go. Holding on to milder conditions today after a cold start this early morning with widespread 20s to see 40s and 50s in the afternoon. A little bit of breeze coming in as well. And of course, we'll also pick up this, getting into snowfall kicking in. You can see going all the way up to maybe a couple of inches to maybe 4 inches. I suspect we may even see a little bit more than that as we get into La Crosse. Holding on to the possibility of this, though. Saturday's highs, 20s widespread in the forecast, up to 30 degrees. Possibly holding on to at least milder conditions as we go into next week as well. And a mix of rain and snow and rain, a lot of it, with mostly 40s in the forecast.
All right, at least we've got today for a little bit of relief.
And Sunday has a little bit of light snowfall coming in, possibly by the noon hour.
Okay, all right, we will be tracking that with you, Art. Thank you for that, and we will see you back here at noon. Art will have the latest on our weekend forecast.